All right. So, all right, I did an article that got really, really good traction on the blog. Please go read it. It was about Lyft stealing minutes from our lives, 5, 8, 10 minutes at a time, right? So, okay, we all know under upfront, they said, okay, Lyft said significantly longer. We still don't know. Look, we're trying to get a hold of these people and try to figure out what significantly longer means. For some reason, we're being ignored. Obviously, we know why. And then Uber said a lot longer. So we don't know what that means. Okay. To me, I know it's a minute. To Lyft, it may be 20. I don't know. But please, Lyft, come back. Uber, come back and tell us what those thresholds are. So we know how much time of our lives we're losing here. So I did the article. It was like this driver did 6 trips, lost literally 60 minutes that he didn't get paid for because the trip in LA traffic somehow got longer. There was a detour. And most of the time, by the way, I've been noticing this and I'm getting a lot of emails, Chris, saying that people are saying, oh, by the way, Uber is faking the time on these trips. So this week, I go pick up Alfred. By the way, Alfred came with the top tipper alert on the bottom.
And now, hold on. Before you go on, you said top tipper on the app. Now, my question for chat, what do you think? Did you think that Alfred tipped? 1 for yes, 2 for no? Put it in, and then in a few minutes we'll see if Alfred was a tipper. Let's get through the story though first.
Okay, let's get through the story. So I picked Alfred up, and it was Uber X priority. So now it was a good trip. It was like maybe 20 miles, but it was like 8 in the morning, which is horrible traffic. I had to be on the freeway. Long story short, we're on our destination, on our way. So I always backtrack, with Google Maps just to see if Uber is lying to me or not. Well, so here's the deal. According to the one is screenshot in the middle is from Google Maps, obviously. And it says, I have 16 minutes to go to cover up that 4.9 miles, right? So then I switched back to Uber navigation. Uber navigation says, Sergio, you have 8 minutes to drop off and 5.5 miles to go. So according to Uber, I have to go another half a mile on top of what Google Maps is saying, but 8 minutes difference, right? So I'm going like, that's a lot of time. And you know what? I've tried this a million times, Chris. Every single time Google is correct, Uber is wrong. Every single time. Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's hold on. Before we go on with that, Google also uses real-time data traffic. So that's built into what's going on in your area. So if there's a backup, if there's a traffic jam,
that's why I use Google.
Rubbernecking or whatever. So yeah, there is that difference. But the thing is, if there was no traffic, because you could tell at the bottom there, it says 16 minutes in red, and that is because there's some sort of obstruction ahead. So that means either find a different route where you could take it. That's going to be quicker. But yeah, that's where the difference is.
I get it. But what I'm saying to you is that 8 minutes is quite a bit of a difference, right? And then I got closer. I did it again. I compared Google to Uber. There wasn't more difference. The same difference actually kept up all the way. So Uber's clock, what happened is that Uber's 8 minutes got down to 2, Chris, with 3 miles to go. And it stayed at 2 for the next 6 minutes, which we are right here. So closer and closer, and it's still, there's a 5 minutes difference. And at the end, I gave up. I go, screw. Long story short, the upfront came in at a certain price. I obviously accepted it because it was a good trip to do, and it was taking me to where I wanted to go. Then I finished it. The trip took literally 15 or 16 minutes longer, right? So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, well, I just lost 15 minutes here. I need to get paid. So I, take a shot at Uber support in the app, and I said, hey, I need a fare adjustment, and they came back with this, whatever the name is.
Am I reading this?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, I think you're good at these. Yeah, go for it.
What voice do we want to hear?
I don't know. Whatever fits. Shubham.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm Shubham from Uber Priority Support, and I'm here to help. I completely understand your situation and sincerely apologize for the trouble this has caused here. I understand you're frustrated about your earnings on this trip. However, I've confirmed that the fare you received was the upfront fare you were shown when you accepted the trip. With the recent changes to how fares are calculated, earnings are now better balanced across all trips. Hold on.
Yeah, sure. Better balance it.
Long or short. We
Yeah.
understand that changes to how you earn can be stressful, but keep in mind that now you have more time and a lot of information on your hands to decide which trips are worth your time and effort. You can learn more about the changes calculated on the blog. The decision on which trips to take is always yours, but we hope this change in how fares are calculated makes shorter trips more worthwhile for you. Rate rebalancing. While the increase on short trips may seem small, here we go. Hold on. The majority of trips completed in your market are short. So these increases really do add up. Your feedback matters. We're committed to finding new and better ways to improve your earnings experience. Please help us by sharing your feedback here. I hope you did that. I hope you clicked on that and shared your feedback.
Yeah. Of course. I always share my feedback. Yeah, why not? Uh-huh.
Serving you as our privilege.
John, you spoke to
You're part of the family.
Yeah, I'm part of the family. So do you have my rebuttal?
You didn't put it in here.
I did. Okay.
No.
All right. So I go on a rant, my usual rant. I go, this is not charity. I drove 15 more minutes. This is BS. You guys need to stop doing this, all that good stuff. And then Shubham comes back with this, which was like, okay, great. So, okay, do you want to do that again? You go ahead and do it. Yeah.
I've confirmed the final fare you received of $38. I'm surprised you actually got the same person. Of $38.87 is correct. We understand that the changes the way you earn can be stressful. We issued a miscellaneous payment of $10 to your account to ease the transition to the new pricing calculations. Thank you for your understanding. So
I didn't even pull the RSG card on this guy. Okay, let me tell you something. I usually, like, when I get stuck, I pull the RSG card. I go, we interviewed your CEO. I'm going to complain about the CEO before even that happened. So $38.87 plus 10, $50 for 20 miles. Not bad for an hour of work, right? Now, everybody, Chris asked the question. The top tipper, did he tip? Yes or no? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let's go.
I'm going to say no.
No, okay.
Because if you got paid $38.87,
Chris, it's a 20-mile comfort trip. So figure it out. Look at the price.
I was just going to say, if you got $38.87 from that trip, I'm going to say he probably paid like $64. And
I sent you that screenshot too. So there you go.
Oh yeah.
Next page.
Sorry, I forgot. It was on the next slide.
Yeah, on the next slide. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Yes, he did tip. My earnings with the tip was $38.87. He tipped about $10. The order came in for 20 miles at $28.87, which was about $1.50 a mile, which I accepted. Plus, I was going there, so this is the receipt. That gentleman with UberX Priority paid $52.53. California driver benefits, which is Prop 22, which I don't get at all unless I'm doing food delivery. Then commercial auto insurance, which includes the marketplace fee, because you know what? I'm looking into this, Chris. I think there's major shenanigans going on here. Because for that one 45-minute trip, $8.48 for that single trip for commercial auto insurance, I'm not buying that. Region City fee and my earnings, $38.87. So Uber says they only made $4.33 gross. Mind you, out of this, they have to pay 23,000 overpaid employees, okay? So all of you who said 2, who I did not get tipped, was wrong. I got tipped. I got tipped close to $11. Nice. Because the trip came in at 28 and change, and I got tipped. And so, and nice. Again, that's top tipper thing, by the way, is working. I'm telling you, I had maybe 4 or 5 of these people, either all of them or maybe 4 out of the 5 tipped. So the top tipper thing may be accurate. That may be the only accurate thing on the Uber app. So but obviously you can't be an a-hole to the guy that comes with a top tipper.
Yeah, there's going to be a reason.
Good service, and, whatever. Yeah. So boom, I got tipped $50. 45 minutes later, I including the $10 adjustment, Shub gave me. Shub gave me a $10. Shub. And then so that was all good. Now, moral of the story: they are not adjusting until you ask. On Lyft, they are definitely not adjusting even if you ask. They are being stingy as hell. They are going, no, sir, upfront you accepted. That's a contract. You move on. So they are stealing 10, 5, 6, 4, 3, whatever it is, minutes at a time, and nobody's saying anything about it. I'm thinking that's got to be illegal. Seriously, that's got to be illegal. I mean, it's got to be something somewhere. You cannot just, when a trip comes in, upfront contract is created. It says estimate of 15 minutes and 5 miles. I get it. If the trip goes 25 minutes and still 5 miles, that 10 minutes is becoming worthless to these companies. I object. 1,000,000%. Yeah. We are going to try to fix this. I'm serious. We have to fix this. This is out of control.
No, I hear you there 100%.
So, there you go.
And that's the thing. Like if you, you can't help if there's going to be a traffic jam or, even a reroute. And if you take that rerouted route and it actually adds miles to your total distance, you should be compensated for that. Same thing with time. Now, the whole thing though, on the flip side, if you get there quicker using a faster route, they're going to be like, oh, well, that was the pickup and the drop off. So they claim that they're not going to adjust it down. We've seen
Chris,
that have already.
Okay. I have a solution for Uber. Uber, you're watching? Okay, I'm sure you're watching. So, and Lyft, I'm sure you're watching too. Listen, I have a great solution. We accept the upfront fare. Okay, this should be so easy for your overpriced coders. It's not even fun. I accept the upfront fare. Okay, if the trip goes longer by miles or distance or time, okay, let's revert back to the rate card that we had right before upfront fares. Okay, adjust the trip with that. So if Uber's before upfront fares was 21 cents a minute. So if this trip had gone longer by 15 minutes, give me another $3. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for like the whole world. You actually gave me $10, much appreciated. But I don't think they're going to keep giving me $10. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't want to waste my time, chase my money. So when the trip goes above your estimated time, let's have the clock start. With the old time and distance rates. If it goes 2 more miles, pay me for those 2 miles and 5 more minutes that I drove. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. It's such an easy thing to do. Really, such an easy thing to do.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I'm with you on there. It's like if you're going to be driving longer, or whether it's time and distance, then you should be compensated for that, because that's more expense that the driver has to incur. That means they're going to get squeezed more and more.
Yeah. No, I mean, what's happening is that because if you knew that the trip was going to go extra 10 minutes, you know how we say just decline, right? Know your worth. Mm-hmm. Well, if a trip had come in, instead of 15 minutes and 5 miles, 25 minutes for 5 miles, I wouldn't have taken that anyway.
Yep.
It's like almost like not a bait and switch, but it's like a misrepresentation of the trip. You guys have all this GPS data. Your estimate cannot be that bad. Okay. And I mean, I don't want to lose an hour drive for free. It's not charity.
Here's the big question. Are they actually providing real-time data in terms of time that it's going to take for the ride? Maybe. Because that would be the time it would take if traffic was flowing perfectly fine. That's the difference. Like if there was no traffic jam, if there was no issues, I don't know what that ride had where it was that long. But if it was just normal, ready to go, it would probably be within that time frame. So they probably are accurate, but they don't account for the fact that there's traffic or that there's some sort of issue that's up ahead that's making it take longer than what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but my problem was not with that. I get it. Look, they have all this technology, Chris. I mean, these are not dumb people over there, okay? And to me, when they send you an estimate, they're doing it with some sort of data that they have. It's not like yesterday's data; it's current data that the trip. The algo is looking ahead, what kind of traffic they're dealing with and whatever not. Okay, granted, if it's not that, there has to be an adjustment. Because look, if you take 3 million drivers and every driver does this by, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day during a shift, they drive more. How many dollars is that? Right? Mm-hmm. How much more gas is that's burned? I mean, you guys talk about being carbon, neutral and EVs and bullshit like that. Well, you guys are, burning gas and not paying me. It's my gas, my car, my tires, my maintenance. I think it's unfair, and I think it's got to be illegal, bro. You can't do that. Just pay me. If it goes above your estimate, Uber and Lyft, just pay me with the old mile and minute rate. Okay, That's it. I think it'll be fair, and nobody will bitch and moan about it. But we have to fix this somehow.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club, with Sergio and myself. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.